Hi guys, before we get into the video, did you manage to check out the link for your pop-out poster? I received my poster and it's a must-have if you're an Arsenal fan, and it's available all around the world. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to do the Arsenal Player Ratings versus Olympiacos as Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang flops on Arsenal return, but David Luiz is even worse. So we're going to look at how the Gunners got on individually in their 1-0 Europa League round of 16 second leg defeat against the Greek champions at the Emirates Stadium. So we're going to first start off with Bernd Leno in goal and a tremendous save from Youssef El Arabi in the first half after the Arsenal defence let him down. He could do little to stop the Moroccan scoring later in the match though, and I thought Bernd Leno was a bit rusty at certain moments, but overall his save against Youssef El Arabi was vital, and for that reason alone I'll boost his grade to a 6 for his performance. So next up we got Hector Bellerin, and his link-up play with Nicolas Pepe just don't seem to be as silky as Cedric Suarez is with the Ivorian, as Hector Bellerin looks to come inside often. Not necessarily his fault, as it seems to be tactical, but it did affect the Spaniards' attacking display. However, he was solid enough defensively though, and for me, I think we need to stop seeing this Nicolas Pepe Hector Bellerin situation. They both can't adapt to each other and it doesn't work out in my opinion, so for his performance he deserves a 5. Next up we got David Luiz. After such a strong display in the first half, the Brazilian looked off the pace tonight, horribly at fault for El Arabi's goal and to blame for the chance that the Moroccan should have scored in the opening 45 minutes. So I think it was one of the worst performances from David Luiz in my opinion, and he's going back to his usual self, and for that reason he deserves a 4. Next up we got Gabriel Magalhaes. It was a good display from the Brazilian, who stood up well to the physical challenge imposed by El Arabi. He was assured on the ball as well, and was unlucky to see Olympiacos' goal deflected in of him. And I thought Gabriel Magalhaes was more solid out of the two centre-backs, and for that reason he deserves a 6 for his performance. Next up we got Kieran Tierney. He constantly got forward on the night as he looked to support the Arsenal attack, but he looked absolutely knackered by the end of the game. Tonight might have been the game to rest the Scottish fullback, who will have heavily been involved over the international break. And I thought for his performance today, I think you can clearly see he was tired, he was making the runs, and you can even see from that video he done with Smith-Rowe about his fitness, but he'll get a 6 for his performance. Next up we got Mohamed El Neni. He was solid enough in front of the back four, mopping up most of the danger that Olympiacos posed. However, the Egyptian is a clear drop-off in the quality from the other central midfield options, despite his undeniable impressive work rates. And I think if Mohamed El Neni improves his attacking abilities, he'll be a good midfielder, but he seems to lack that prowess, so he will get a 5 for his performance. Next up we got Granit Xhaka, and he sat well in front of the defence and covered Kieran Tierney nicely as he sought to get forward. It was a standard solid performance that we've grown accustomed to from the Swiss international in recent weeks, and I think Granit Xhaka is starting to show that he's a consistent performer. He always starts against for any Arsenal game, and for his performance today he deserves a 6. Next up we got Nicolas Pepe, Arsenal's brightest spark on the night, who could have easily had a goal had his strike not been deflected by his own player in the form of Emil Smith-Rowe. His defensive work rate continues to improve as well, much to the delight of Mikel Arteta, and I thought he was probably one of the top performers in the game. He was unlucky to have Hector Bellerin as a fullback playing on the same side as him, but he was decent overall, so he deserves an 8 for his performance. Next up we got Dani Ceballos. He actually had a good game in an unfamiliar number 10 role. He created Arsenal's best chances of the first half. The Spaniard is clearly better suited to a deeper lying position though, and was unsurprisingly taken off early in the second half. And for that reason, we can clearly see that Dani Ceballos is starting to not be in Mikel Arteta's plans, but we'll have to wait and see if Arsenal are going to try and sign him permanently in the summer. But for me, he's starting to see the worst of Ceballos, so he gets a 7 for his performance. Next up, we got Emil Smith-Rowe. He was bright with good movement in the final third as he continued on the left. It would have been really nice to see him influence the game in a more number 10 role, but it was still a decent display, and he's starting to show again and again that he is a key undroppable for Mikel Arteta, but I would love to see him play in the number 10 role, but for his performance today, he deserves a 6. Next up, we got Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He would have wanted to do more on his return to the side after being left out for disciplinary issues against Tottenham Hotspur. He missed Arsenal's best chances on the night though, and I think it wasn't a pleasing return for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who should have scored those easy opportunities for someone of his calibre, and for that reason alone, he deserves a 5 for his performance. Next up, we're going to the substitutes and we're going to Thomas Partey. He did a good job of staying cool under pressure, as also looked to play out from the back and re-establish control late in the game. But he did have a few mistakes here and there. However, he was calm and composed, and he's showing that he's an elite midfielder, and for that reason he deserves a 6 for his performance. Next up, we got Martin Ødegaard. It was a few nice passes to create opportunities, but he missed a big chance to seal the tie not long after coming on. But I thought he really changed the dynamic and fluidity of the game, and for that reason he deserves a 6 for his performance. Next up, we got Gabriel Martinelli. He had a great job to create a chance to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, which somehow managed to miss the opportunity. Also played a role in getting Bar sent off, and he was only given 9 minutes, but he surely did enough to warrant more. And I thought Gabriel Martinelli just changed the game. He prevented that scariness about Arsenal, and for that reason he was a good player, so he deserves a 7 for his performance. And when it comes to Callum Chambers, he came on too late to influence the game. But when it comes to Mikel Arteta, I think he thought he could rely on his B-team squad in a way to help him get through this game in peace and harmony, but they seemed to struggle with the likes of El Neni and Dani Ceballos for the changes that he made, and he would have been even more unimpressed with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang for missing those easy opportunities. But hopefully Mikel Arteta will be able to bring some birth into the squad and get a victory over West Ham United. But other than that guys, remain blessed, stay tuned for the next video, and peace.